Possession of mushrooms containing the psychedelic compound psilocybin is on the ballot for Denver May 7th. A yes vote. Dun, dun, dun. Hey guys, welcome to the Just Ty Now show with your host Ty. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning, evening, night, midnight, special, whatever time this is coming at y'all. Enjoy this atmosphere. Now that we all in the same boat, we can start the conversation. Let me get this mic turned around. Alright, so what we got today, Denver has psilocybin mushrooms on the ballot, so close that May 7th is the last day that you can vote to get this awesome plant medicine legalized, decriminalized. I got it on the phone. It's called Initiative 301. So we dealing with 3 plus 1 is 4, dealing with getting things solid, getting things solidified in this reality, and making things is dealing with squares and things. But yes, the whole thing says initiative to decriminalize the use of possession of mushrooms containing the psychedelic compound psilocybin is on the ballot for Denver May 7th. A yes vote, here go it is if they vote yes, is a vote in favor of making the adult possession and use of psilocybin mushrooms the lowest law enforcement priority in Denver and prohibiting the city from spending resources on enforcing related penalties. So if you have some and you over 21, if you vote yes, then nobody can do anything to you. It's like the lowest thing. Like, man, why? Like they want to have in the cop's mind. Like, man, why are you even messing with me about this? It's not in your duties. It's not in your schedule to have this a priority. And a no, a vote against making the a no would just make so adults can't possess these medicines, this psilocybin medicine. And the lowest law enforcement priority in Denver, and prohibiting the city from spending resources on enforcing. So it will make it so that everything continues, because now a yes vote will make it so that they don't put money into trying to get people for mushrooms. Like, oh well, I was on investigation for all this time trying to bust this kid for these mushrooms. Like, that person was getting paid for that, so now they're not gonna be paying people for all these little side projects, which would be very awesome in our psyche, because the sigh of relief. This is not cocaine, this is not crack, this is not meth, this is not even opioids that people are going crazy over, and that you will even classify as a drug, as a classic drug. This is a whole new compound of chemicals that is found out in nature, and they have changed my life tremendously in helping me overcome my fears, traumas, that have been in my life just from me being born on this earth and dealing with family members and friends that was just on the earth messing up just as well as I was messing up. And they allowed me to see things in a new light, because I was very angry as a person. I was very angry. I was very depressed. I was very suicidal. And these compounds, as well as integrating them and talking to people that have a sense of where I was trying to go and how I was trying to see things, how I was starting to see things. But the psychedelic mushrooms allow a switch to be set off in my brain. And check out the Side Top podcast where we tie on that. Just ties when you combine your mind with your heart, connect those two circles, and you let whatever come out. But it actually stimulates growth in your hippocampus, so you literally start growing new brain cells. Like, that's real science. And as well, our brain works through the neurons firing in our brain and having certain pathways like carved, etched in there for how long, like based off our habits or how long we really do a certain thing. So if we have traumas in our brain, when we go out into the world, where our brain is going off that trauma-based system. So with the psilocybin mushrooms, they have scanned brains under MRIs. They see that more of the brain is communicating with other parts that didn't usually communicate. And also neurogenesis is able to be accomplished because now the neurons and stuff are now rewiring your brain so it doesn't go down that path, but now it goes down this path. It still helps you deal with that trauma path, but now it goes somewhere else so that you're not always like feeling that depressive mode and feeling as though you got to break yourself out of that every day and looking on the outside of reality in order to accomplish that. I was able to now have that within myself. And these mushrooms have been used for thousands of years. It wasn't just in the 60s and the 50s with the hippies and Timothy Leary and all of them. They've been used in indigenous cultures in Mexico, South America, over there in Europe, the Netherlands. There's thousands of species of mushrooms that contain psilocybin, that contain the psychoactive compound psilocybin. Mushrooms that contain the chemical psilocybin, which was made illegal in the 60s, by the Richard Nixon administration, and a lot of propaganda that was going around that was saying that it was doing the complete opposite, that it was making people lose their nerves and go crazy and not be able to handle reality, or all the things that you hear that was even related to marijuana. It was all around the same time marijuana was being made illegal is when all these other drugs that at the time the psychologists were finding to be the most beneficial things, because it allowed their patients to really talk from their heart and not from just their head. It allowed them to really just tie. So feel me with that. So now with this coming back out in 2019 and things like that, Johns Hopkins University and a lot of other universities are doing these studies with MRI scans and taking patients and detailing things, and as well as people around the world are now detailing their stories online on the internet. So this information is readily available for anyone that's willing to traverse and look up what is most truth right now in 2019, because many people's lives are being changed. And that's how this channel is continuing to go on, because it's really changing my life. With every trip that I have is like, oh wow, a new realization pops up that probably would have took me another 10 years to get down to. But now, around these times where we're relying on big pharma medicines to help us out, it's a lot of trial and error going on. It's a lot of trial and error, and the error is that it's killing us. The error is that it's separating us from our family. The error is that it's making us do things that we don't usually do, in terms of robbing, stealing, and killing in order to satisfy a need, or in order to get some money, some cash, so that you can buy more drugs, or just support a lifestyle that's based around that cocaine lifestyle. A lot of businesses like Florida, all this crazy stuff you see is built off cocaine, and a lot of other businesses is built off of meth and all these other crazy things. So now when you look at the people that are doing psilocybin mushrooms and psychedelic drugs, look at what they're into when they actually are combining their mind, their heart, and they're allowed to talk about it. A cool thing about this legalization is going to allow people to have a full-on conversation and lower the stigmatism placed on them, because the stigmatism alone is something that troubles the minds of people that actually participate in psilocybin mushrooms, because then they can't really tell their story. So now the real healing that this medicine can do, it takes longer, or it's a lot harder to let it do what it want to do, because of the stigmatism in the world, the thoughts of, oh, I can't talk to my mom about this, she gonna think I'm crazy. I can't talk to my cousin, my friends, they gonna think I'm loony. But this Ballot on is really going to be able to touch the hearts and awaken people and allow families to mend together. This is my intention. This is what I'll just see, and it's going to be allowing us to now, just like it was with cannabis, allow us to now know that plants that grow from the ground are not so bad, and that there is huge therapeutic value, as well as extra dimensional value, and learning about the nature of our reality. All of that all ties into this. All of that all ties into the psychedelic realm. So I'm happy that Denver has this on the ballot. Hopefully California, where I'm at, is going to have it on the ballot pretty soon. But the science, the testimony, the lifestyle, everything is adding up. Everything is adding up so gorgeously, so gorgeously. So make sure if y'all living out in Denver to go out and vote, or if y'all know somebody in Denver to go out and vote, because I also was reading as well that not a lot of people out there are actually voting. So we got to make sure that this works. So they want to decriminalize it. Initiated Ordinance 301 was designed to decriminalize the use and possession of mushrooms that contain psilocybin, a hallucinogenic compound. The petition states the following: the purpose and intent of this article is to deportorialize to the greatest extent possible imposition of criminal penalties of persons 21 and over, of age and older, for personal use and personal possession of psilocybin mushrooms, and to prohibit the City and Council of Denver from spending resources on imposing criminal penalties of persons 21 of age and older for the personal use and personal possession of psilocybin mushrooms. And that's in quotes, because that's the original initiative, purpose, and intent. I'm on the ballotpeta.org. Can you go check on her? And they got to make sure everything is cool for the I-301. They also are providing an 11-member psilocybin mushroom policy review panel to access the results of the proposed ordinance. And so that it's not just random people that don't know anything about these mushrooms try to get a sense of it, but it's going to be people that actually have experiences in different fields. That's going to be on the panel to make sure things is regulated right, and make sure that it's people that don't really know, haven't had the experience themselves, being able to enact. Because you know when that happens, people like, oh well, you don't need it like that, or you don't really, like, you know when you know. So who is on this panel? Who was on this panel? 2 members of the Denver City Council, 2 citizens represent proponents who positioned for the initiative, 1 SAC-2 certified addictions counselor, 1 individual identified as a harm reduction advocate, 1 Denver Police Department representative, 1 Denver Sheriff's Department representative, 1 criminal defense attorney, 1 Office of the Denver District Attorney representative, and 1 Denver City Attorney Office representative. Oh, so they got a good mix in there. All right. So they got a good mix in there. It's not just mushroom people, like I said, but you never know. Hopefully, that's the thing about these drugs too. A lot of people that have participated in them, even in the higher ups that's in the businesses, running businesses, they don't really say what they're doing because of the stigmatism on them, as well as the law. So it's people that's doing amazing things out here right in our face, but they're not able to say it because they don't want to go to jail. And they don't want anything to happen to their business that they build themselves upon, that they build up for their family and for them to have a good lifestyle. Cool. So they got the cop, they got everybody on there. And what they got on there is, they were saying what I said. Decriminalize Denver makes the following arguments in favor of decriminalizing psilocybin mushrooms on his website. We envision a society where individuals can use psilocybin mushrooms without fear of criminal or civil penalties. Psilocybin is shown to reduce psychological stress and suicidality, reduce opioid use and dependence, be psychologically safe and non-addictive. Unlike other drugs, psilocybin is not addictive. You're not going to want to just take them for to get high. Like, oh, I just want to get high. Let me do some mushrooms. Like, no, like I said, it's not crack. It's not cigarettes. It's not meth. It's not cocaine. It's not any of those. Not even Xanax. Not any of that. It's not. It's a whole different class. It's based off the serotonin that's in your brain. The chemical structure of it, when you look at it, is very similar to serotonin, which is endogenous in your brain. It's like one endo off, or you add an endo and some lines and things like that, but it's all in it. Check out the Side Top Podcast. Telling y'all, man, this is all true. And right here, they're talking about people that raise money. Yeah, they got like $11,000 raised for the campaign. That's pretty cool. Yeah, right now it's illegal. The use and possession of psilocybin are illegal and penalized in Colorado, except in certain cases allowed under the state's right to try law. Right to try laws aim to allow terminally ill patients to gain access to experimental drugs without the permission of the FDA. Colorado was the first state to adopt a right to try law in 2014. Just think about these things, because this is the world that we live in. And a lot of people are willing to try drugs and suppressants, antidepressants and suppressants that suppress your imagination. I've been around these folks that get shots every once a month in order to deal with psychiatric disorders and things that go on in their mentality. And what it does is it shuts up their whole creativity altogether. But with these psilocybin medicines, we're able to go into ourselves, heal ourselves, as with integration as well, but as well as keep true to who we are. In most cases, in more than likely cases, you become more true to who you are than more in your life. And the spiritual significance that's granted to these experiences is astronomical, and it spreads across the world, even to people that don't believe in God. They say, oh, I felt something. I felt like I was connected to something that was bigger than myself. And now it allows me to now move differently in my life. And I'm enjoying it. And people around me are noticing the difference. And it's not addictive. It's not messing up my liver. It's not messing up my brain. It's not destroying, causing me brain damage, causing my brain to melt. It's actually promoting brain growth, helping my brain grow bigger, as well as it promotes a healthy lifestyle. I was not into working out and going to the gym and things like that. I went always hiking and things like that, and I always say, oh, I was skinny with a lot of energy and things like that. But now I'm able to I've been working out for the past year. I've been doing yoga. I have a lot more patience with myself, enough patience to do yoga and actually enjoy it. And it's just part of my daily practice now, like just during the day, like, oh, let me get that stretch out real quick. But I wasn't like that before. But with these experiences, it allowed me to take better care of my body. It put me in the proper mindset to want to take care of my body, where the thoughts come up of, oh, eat some fruit, or oh, go work out, or oh, you're not going to feel that good if you don't go to the gym, or oh yeah, don't you feel like this when you do this? Why don't you go do that? So that is a huge thing that the mushroom has taught me, and I've been experiencing for the better and for the worse, because sometimes my body be a little tired or something, or I try something new, but it's all for the bigger gain. It's all for the better gain of myself and my drive and my energy and the fire in my belly and my solar plexus, however you want to look at it. That will is like lit up. But as well, I'm not too cocky with everything. I'm real level-headed. With other drugs like cocaine, you get to some states like this and you just start talking like this, and you like, your big ego's big, like, yo, I run this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. No, it's not like that at all. It's not like that. And with meth and everything, how it makes you want to separate from your family. And with opioids things and antidepressants, how they just make you more depressed and make you feel even more suicidal. There are dangers to these drugs. And what I mean by dangers is, if you're not in the right set or setting, things can pop up, things can occur. And most people that don't take in the fact of set and setting, even if they hear set and setting, after the experience, sometimes they want to do it again. And the one thing they say is, oh, if I was just in a better place, or oh, if I was in a better mindset or in a different mindset before I went into that experience. Because one cannot always be prepared, but one can have some tools. And as meditating and just really, if you have a therapist, just really start letting things out for real. And if you know what I mean, because you're not doing it, then do it for real, like for real. But it's very interesting to be a part of this whole wave, as millions of other people are witnessing and are as well. So shout outs to y'all tires. Thank y'all for listening. And don't forget to go out and vote. Go out and vote, put your name on a ballot, or at least show your face. Do something so that this initiative, this idea that is up there can now start trickling down here and can start having legs and grow bodies and arms and heads and start moving around and having a life of his own. Just like we're seeing with cannabis and how everybody is winning. Everybody is winning. Shout outs to the small farmers, but everybody is winning. So with that, guys, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. We all tie, but do we really tie? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. Till next time, drop a like, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see y'all around. Be sure to check out all those previous Side Tie Talks, Side Tie live streams, the Just Tie Now shows, all of that, where it's people giving their opinions as well as me giving my opinions on trip stories that people have gone deeper than me, people that just have different experience, because where it's multiple lives living on this earth right now. So Just Tie is just a place where people can come together and start the conversation and really combine their minds with their heart and let whatever come out just come on out, guys. So I really do appreciate y'all, and take care. Tie always, talk that tie. Don't ever be scared to talk that tie, man. Hey guys, check out some previous Just Tie episodes, Side Tie live stream. The link should be here. Subscribe for more. If you have any ideas, if you want to be a part of the show, hey, just let me know. Just Tie, just think about it. TAI, not THI like the food. See you soon.